Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone, welcome to the new channel.
We're here to help you see the new you.
My name is Wanlu,
And my name is Nicola, and this is
the Puppet Stories. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is October 12th, Monday. Welcome to this week's episode of the Puppet Stories.
here on the show. We talk about anyone or anything that has to do with puppets.
That's right, Nicola. Last week on the show, we had no other than the mother of Philippine puppetry and national artist, Professor Amelia La Peña Bonifacio. This week, we have another special guest live streaming all the way from Yangon, Myanmar. He's a good friend of mine. We've been together in seven international puppetry festivals. I actually counted, Nicola.
Really? 7 times?
7 times, and I've seen them in action. They're fantastic, and every time I see them, I get inspired because they're really, really awesome puppeteers. I'm talking about my good friend, the founder and art director of Two-Way U Myanmar Puppetry Home, Mr. Khin Htwe from Myanmar. Mr. Htwe!
Bengalaba. Hello, Wanlu. Hello, Nicolo.
Hello, Mr. Htwe. Good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Mr. Htwe. Before we start anything, first things first, how's the weather in Myanmar? In the Philippines, it's raining.
Yes, Myanmar is also rainy season, but this is a last month or southward monsoon. So not always rainy, sometimes showering, only sometimes when we have low pressure or cyclone in Bay of Bengal, we have rain. Otherwise, this time is sunny.
I see. Here in the Philippines, I think there's a tropical depression coming. I'm not really sure, but it's raining. It's been raining for a few days, but generally the weather is cool, so better for us. Okay, next, let's get to the questions because we are very excited to tell everybody, show the world the artistry of Myanmar puppeteers. And my first question, actually, it's not a question. I need to tell you to please tell the world who you are and what you do.
So, formally, I am a founder and director of Twe U Myanmar Puppet Theaters here in Yangon, Myanmar. Started in 2006, last 14 years ago. But not only in Myanmar, everywhere in the world, now all theaters are stopped because of COVID-19. So we stopped our theater in 23rd of March in this year. And then my last show was on 22nd of March. And then till now, no visitors or no shows. So now my career changed. My daughter opened a online store, and now I am not director. I am driver, driving my very small truck and delivering the products of my daughter and other online shoppers.
All right. Well, that's good news because here in Manila, since March, we don't have gigs. We did get maybe 3 or 4 virtual shows, but that's it. Good that you have something to do and earn, right? Yeah, good for you, Mr. Hatway. All right, now let's talk about puppetry. Mr. Hatway, how did you start your career in puppetry?
I can say this is because of my mom. You know my name, Twe, HTWE Twe, is meanings in Myanmar the youngest in the family. So I am not only the youngest son, but also very late son in my family. So when I was childhood, all my brothers and sister are some are married, some are in university. So I was alone at home. So I have to follow to my mom wherever she go and see theater performance, especially puppet show. So I also fall in love in puppetry. This is we can say because of my mom.
All right, that Mr. Hatwe, is your mother a puppeteer just like you?
Yeah, people told me we are the same faces. But she passed
Right.
when she was 91, last 7 years ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Mr. Hatwe. But was she a puppeteer just like you? Did she also do puppetry when she was still
No, no,
alive?
no. She was not puppeteer. The
Oh,
theater
okay.
crazy in puppetry.
Right, right. Now I get it. Okay. But you got the interest in puppetry because of her, because of, well,
Yeah,
I suppose.
I had to accompany her whenever she went and see the puppet show.
Right, right. That's a good history because a lot of children, of course, learn from their parents, and I think that's just natural. Okay, Mr. Hatway, what are the kinds of puppets that you use? Before you answer that, I remember Nicolo. We were with the Hatway family 7 times.
That's right. I remember the first time we met. Then we were in Bangkok.
Yeah, it was a very big festival, about 82 countries, and that was in 2014 in Bangkok. I believe it was called the Harmony World Puppet Carnival, and believe it or not, the Hatway family got an award out of 82 countries. Well done, Mr. Hatway. And then aside from Bangkok, we also met them in Vietnam. They also got awards in Vietnam. And then we were together in Kanchanaburi in Thailand, Korat in Thailand, and I believe we were also together in Bangkok again. And the
Ayodhya.
last time, yeah, the last time was in the Siam Paragon Mall in Bangkok as well. Yeah.
Yes.
So I saw that your puppets are called marionettes as well, but what exactly are they called in Myanmar?
So Myanmar puppet is used manipulating by string. So we call string puppet or marionette.
Oh, same. Okay, string puppets or marionettes. But I believe I did a little research. You have your own term to describe the puppets that you use. Yoke te, is that correct?
Yeah, we call in Myanmar yote.
Yoke te. That's the art of marionette manipulation in
Yeah,
Myanmar. And
yeah.
Mr. Hatway, the first time I saw your marionettes, it was very, very interesting because the strings are very thick. Unlike the traditional marionettes, the strings are very, very thin. You almost can't see it. But your marionettes have very, very thick string. What's the reason behind this?
Because the control of marionette by string is not only on the wooden handle. We have to put the string on the fingers. So if the string is thin, they will cut or hard to the fingers. So we need to use a cotton, little bit thicker string to make resistant of the
Right.
finger. Yeah, that is why our string are little bit thicker than normal marionette.
That's right. This is to protect the fingers because if the Nicola, if the string is too thin, well, it will damage the fingers.
That's right. So that's the reason why I've been wondering about it, Mr. Hotway, for the longest time.
Very good. Now we know. Okay. Now, Mr. Hatway, another question is earlier you told me that you started uh, getting interested in puppetry because of your mother. But do you have a puppeteer who inspired you to actually try it? Try puppetry, I mean?
Actually, I'm not puppeteers because my policy is making the bridge between the old veteran puppeteers and the younger generations. So in Myanmar, I think the last generation of puppet master, now they are about 85, 86 years old, very old veteran puppeteers. I think they can't work anymore. So now I am trying to making bridge between them, the veteran puppeteers, and especially my son and my daughter. They are now 16 and 23. So they are the new generation of Myanmar puppetry. And then I have another dreams. Now we are only keeping traditional puppetry, which started about 11 centuries. So it is very long century old tradition, and we have to keep the original forms of the old days. Also, we need to upgrade the modern or contemporary puppetry because people like to see the new, not traditional one. That is why I like to keep the old tradition in one hand and in other hands to make upgrade from traditional to modern. But traditional puppeteers are now quite old, and also puppetry in Myanmar is popular only in tourism because of tourists they want to see traditional puppet show. So the tourism people they use puppet show to attract the foreigners, especially in the tourist place, Bagan, the Asian city of Myanmar, like Mandalay, but not in theater. Most of the puppet shows are in restaurants or in hotel. So
Right.
I'm very sad this situation. Also, they are not showing uh, the way the master left in old days. They are making now tourist entertainment or tourist version. So I wanna keep the original forms, and then to keep this tradition by younger generation to carry on. But at the same time, I want to promote or upgrade to modern or contemporary puppetry.
Right. You know, Mr. Hatway, maybe 2 weeks ago, we
Mhm.
had on the show another friend of mine, uh, Wayu Dunung Raharjo from Indonesia. He does
Mhm.
wayang kulit, the shadow puppetry from Indonesia.
Yes.
And
Yes.
well, of course, we all know that wayang kulit is very traditional in Indonesia. But aside from the fact that it's so traditional, they started doing contemporary wayang kulit. In fact, if you remember, when we were in Bangkok, somebody did the fusion wayang kulit with the Star Wars theme. So is it the same in Myanmar? I mean, don't the masters, uh, don't they, don't the masters mind if you plan to make contemporary Myanmar marionettes, or is it
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
It's okay with them, huh? Well, that's good news because a lot of people are doing contemporary. Maybe to make sure the children, the younger generation, would still be interested in the puppetry form, right?
Yeah. That is also
Okay.
one of the reason.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Hatway. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You
Oh,
were saying it's also one of the
yeah, one of reason why I like to promote contemporary puppetry. The younger generation, they are not much willing to learn traditional puppetry, but they love to learn modern puppetry. So I have to organize them by modern puppetry. When they are involving in puppetry, I will push them also to learn traditional puppetry. So we can keep tradition in one hand, and also we can do contemporary puppetry in another hand. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Hatway, I'd like to ask you, what's the difference between the traditional Myanmar puppetry and the modern Myanmar puppetry?
well, yeah, what's the difference? Good
Ah,
question, Nicola. I'm interested. Yeah.
yes, yes. This is very important, and this is also very good point for me when I change tradition to modern, because Myanmar stream puppetry is designed for dancing and storytelling, especially old Jataka story, the birth story of Buddha. And the how to make traditional puppet is designed for dancing. That is why Myanmar marionettes are not suitable for acting. They can walk properly because they are designed for dancing. So their position is good for dancing, but not for acting. So we have to make new marionette, also new manipulating system for walking and acting. And also in Myanmar puppetry tradition, there are storytellers behind the puppeteers. So puppeteers are not storytelling. So there will be musicians and storyteller behind the puppeteers, and they are playing music and telling story or singing the song. But according to my experience, when I went to uh, participation around the world, what I found is puppeteer talks along with his puppets or marionette. So in the modern puppetry, I think better puppeteer, they have to manipulate the marionette. Also, they have to uh, telling story or singing the sound at the same time. And also, the marionette should be designed for acting. This is a difference between the puppeteers and traditional puppet and modern puppet. Because now
I see.
we have to rely the storyteller and musician for a puppet show, especially when we do a Jataka story for whole night performance. That is why the puppet show is little bit, not little bit, I think quite boring because of old storytelling style, singing very long story and dancing very long time. So people nowadays, they are not interested to see the traditional puppet show. So we had to make attention of the modern audience. We need to change the puppet character, not only character, but also manipulating system and also storytelling style. That is the main difference between traditional puppet shows and modern puppet theater.
That's right. Now, Mr. Hatway, probably we can safely say that the modern style is cabaret style. Because the shows that I've seen you do in the festivals that we were together, it was basically cabaret style. No story, maybe just a little bit of history, but there's no storyline and not too long dancing. Uh, I think what you showcase more is the manipulation, because your manipulation of your marionettes is just different and very, very masterful.
Yes, learning
Yes.
traditional puppetry is quite very skillful. And then also we need time to learn to manipulate a puppet or marionette.
Yeah, definitely it's very skillful because I remember in 2016 when we were in, oh no, you were not there, but Tetet and your wife, were there, and I tried to learn from Tetet, your daughter, and she tried to teach me, but well, it was just too difficult to learn in just one day. Maybe one day I'll go to your place in Yango and learn. But right now, it's just I do have three of your marionettes. I have a prince, I have the magician, the one with the bar, and I also have the horse. So the horse is easy, a bit easier to manipulate, but the other two very, very difficult. Mr. Hatway, you mentioned earlier about your performances in other countries, showcasing contemporary Myanmar marionette style. Can you please tell us about this, your performances abroad, and probably can tell the viewers the awards you got from these international festivals.
We started Tweu Myanmar here in Yangon 2006. And then after 2 years, starting from 2008, we had many overseas trips, many international festival, workshop, conference, invited us. I think totally we had 43 international participation, starting from ASEAN countries, but not Philippines, not Laos, but all other ASEAN countries. And also in Europe, we had been in France, the World Marionette Festival, also in Germany, Austria, and Netherlands. And in Middle East, Dubai, also in Europe, Sweden, yes, Sweden Puppet Theater Festival, and then I think 3 times to United States, and that is one time to Japan. I think totally, but so many times to Thailand, around, not only in Bangkok, many places in Thailand. That's why we met you for 7 times.
Right, right. Yes,
So
yes, that's right, Mr. Hatway.
we had 43 participations, and I think we have 3 international prizes. The one is the best animation prize in Harmoniwa Puppet Festival 2014 in Thailand, and another 2 is individual prize, Korean prize for my son and my daughter, and this is in Vietnam, Hanoi, 4th International Marionette Festival, and another prize is a silver prize for the group. So we have 3 international prizes and 2 Thai movies. One is from Bangkok to Mandalay, and it's I
Oh
think
yeah.
yeah. And next one is I think coming soon, maybe because of COVID-19. Stay not yet. This is a name Mapewa. So we are 2 movies in Thailand and
Wow, that's so
movies in
exciting.
yeah.
That's very interesting, Mr. Hatway, because from Bangkok to Mandalay is one of my all-time favorite movies. It was really, really nice. I saw it several times. In fact, I saw the premiere of the movie in Bangkok when we were there, if you remember. Uh, I was given a no, it was Nimit and Nam from um, Semathai Marionettes who gave us tickets, and we saw the premiere in the very very nice mall. What's the name of the mall? Deb, what's the name of the mall in Thailand? The last time we were there.
CN Paragon.
Oh yeah, that. Thank you for reminding me. I'm getting old. I tend to forget. Yes, I am Paragon. So the place was very good. The place was very nice. We had a great dinner courtesy of Nimit and Nam. And to top the day, we watched the premiere of From Bangkok to Mandalay. Very very nice film. And yes, I remember you were on the film, and it was really really cool. Okay, now Mr. Hatway, let's talk about your participation in festivals in Europe. What do you remember the reaction of the audience when they saw Myanmar marionettes for the very very first time? Because in Europe, puppets like this,
Like me?
like you,
What about me?
puppets like you, very normal. Ventriloquism is quite normal in Europe, in the States, even in Japan. So I was wondering what was the first reaction of the people in Europe, particularly France, when they first saw marionettes from Myanmar.
House pool. So we did participate at French Marionette Festival, but after that we visited Germany. So we did performance in 9 cities of Germany. So the theater, they thought the ticket not be so, but when they sell the tickets, all tickets are sold out and no more space.
Wow.
And yeah,
All
and then
right. Full house, huh? It was full house.
yes, and but they like to make another days for next performance for another audience. But we have scheduled today this city,
Oh,
next day traveling, and next day in another city, so we can make another performance again. So
right.
they
But Mr. Hatwe, do you remember the reaction of the people when they saw the very very first Myanmar marionette dancing? Like it was very very magical as far as I'm concerned. What about if you can recall the reaction of the French people?
for French people, but in French we have to do mostly for the students. So not
Oh, I see.
yeah. So also the version of story we are telling in France is different in Germany. So in France,
Ah, all right.
we brought not a dance show, puppet play. So this was we made collaboration between Thailand, United States, and Myanmar in Chiang Mai. 3 weeks workshop, 2 weeks we exchange puppetry. So paper mache puppet from United States and Thai hand marionette, hand puppets from Chiang Mai University. Maybe you know
Yeah.
Ajamai from Chiang Mai, and then Myanmar marionette. After 2 weeks, we make a play. This is a story based on traditional, but a combination of three types of puppetry. And then this play is called The Four Puppets. And we did presented in Chiang Mai, also in Bangkok, and also in Yangon by the support of Alliance Française, the French Culture Center. And then we apply for the French festival by this play. But no other artists from Thailand and United States participated. Only Myanmar puppeteers and Myanmar version only. So they thought this is a suitable for students, audience or student. So we make the show mostly for the students. But this is a half traditional marionettes combined with half modern puppets. Also, the music we use is not by traditional instrument, played by piano and organ, something like that. So this is very successful for the how to say younger generation. But
Right, right. I can imagine how successful it was because the younger generation are really interested in these kind of arts, and I'm sure they had a special treat watching your marionettes perform right in front of them. Okay, Mr. Hatwe, I am particularly excited to see a sample of the Myanmar marionettes performance.
Yeah, I'm excited too, Mr. Hate, that we had to take a break first.
That's right, Mr. Hatter. We'll take a break first. After the
okay,
break, we'll see you perform. All right?
yeah, okay. See you
All
again.
right, ladies. Yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break first. Please don't
Yeah,
leave.
When we go back, we will watch the Hate family perform their distinct style of marionette.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
okay.
All right, welcome back to the Puppet Stories. We are still with our friends from Myanmar, Mr. Khin Htwe and his family. Before we have them perform, we'd like to thank our sponsors, starting with Congresswoman Nina Taduran of ACT CIS Party List. Maraming salamat po, Congresswoman Nina Taduran.
for supporting the Papet Stories here on TNC and the art of puppetry in general. Salamat po, Tita Nina.
Congresswoman Nina Taduran.
Opo, yun nga po. Tita tawag ko sa kanya eh.
Sa bagay, close kayo ha.
Opo.
All right, thank you very much, Congresswoman Nina Taduran of ACT-CIS Party List. Okay, I would like to thank as well Dr. Mildred Vitangkol, the President of Sonta Club Makati, Ayala. Ayan. Maraming salamat po, Dr. Mildred Vitangkol, again, President of Sonta Club Makati, Ayala, for supporting the Puppet Stories
and the art of puppetry in general. Thank you, Dr. Mildred.
and of course, our friends from Bangon, Talentadong Pinoy. Ayan. Ito po ay pinapalabas ngayon, Saturdays, 8 p.m. on TV5. Kung kayo po ay may talento na gusto nyong ipakita sa mundo, all you have to do is send your sample video to Bangon Talentadong Pinoy Facebook page. And if your video will be chosen, you get 2,000 pesos to as much as 250,000 pesos if you become a Hall of Famer. Okay, join Bangon Talentadong Pinoy, Saturdays, 8 p.m. on TV5. Bago po natin tawagin, before we have them back, the Htwe family, we have a few people watching this afternoon. Elijah Guanzon Lunaria. Hello, Mr. Htwe. Very good, Eli. Heidi Ida Lomaino. Hello, Sir Wanlu watching. Thank you very much for watching from the Queen City of the South. Uy, kamusta po kayo dyan? Kamusta po kayo dyan, Miss Heidi? Cholita Esplana, hello po Wanlu. Hello po madam, magandang gabi na po yata. Magandang gabi po. Thank you very much for watching. Albert Galensoga, thank you very much for watching. Tonito Toro is watching. Thank you very much. Marife Pado is also watching. Hi Ate Fe. Merlin Aram is watching. Sino? Merlin.
Hi, Ate Marlene. Hello po.
Ayan. Dam CC is watching. Hi, Cams from Debbie. Elsa Esok is watching. Hi, Sally. Nagbabagang Bulaklak is watching from Dubai.
Hello, kamusta po kayo dyan sa Dubai? Nagdadagang bulaklak.
Nagbabagang Bulaklak. Mitch Kitong. Hello, Wanlu and Khin, live from Taguig. Thank you very much for watching. Mitch Kitong. Christopher Lambonao is watching. Thank you very much, Christopher, for watching. Lynn Crit Bernardo and Vilma Harford is watching. Hi, Ate V.
Hi, Ate V.
Uy, may umabol. Ayan. Uy, Professor Ami Ramolete. Hello, Mr. Khin Htwe. Greetings from Teatrong Mulat ng Pilipinas. And Marvin Salazar watching from Tondo, Manila. Professor Ami, kamusta po? Ayan.
Hey, hello, Tosani. Tosani's watching. I'm so excited.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to watch the performance of the Htwe family from Yangon, Myanmar.
So today my performance was very selected items, very short performance. Before I told you, Myanmar puppet shows last long the whole night performance, and story are based on Jataka story. Just one story is about 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. That is why in international festival I can't bring the whole story. Only I brought very selected dance item of Myanmar traditional puppet show. So today I would like to also introduce very traditional puppet dance. This is called in Myanmar. Some people we are believing kind of spirits. For example, maybe in this room or in this theater, there will be guardian spirits. So before the show, we have to pay homage to the guardian spirits of theater, and this is the opening of Myanmar traditional puppet show. So those puppets are called Apyo or Nakado in Myanmar, but they will pay homage to guardian spirits by dancing. So Now you have to see the handmaiden or spirits medium. They will pay homemade dance to the guardian spirits. Please enjoy. So, so this puppet is called Zoji in Myanmar. So in English, alchemist or magician, like Superman, Myanmar Superman. You can see he can fly, he can make somersault. So this is very legendary character, but this is very selected item from today performance. We have to show more. We have to tell many long story, but because of time limit, this is my just introduction. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Two-Way Oo Myanmar Puppetry Theater, who have just performed for all of us from Yangon, Myanmar. Thank you very much, Mr. Hatway. All right, Mr. Hatway, we will take a break again. It's the second and last break for today's show. When we go back, we will ask you a question that we ask every guest on the show, and that will be, what is your puppet story? All right. When we get
Okay.
back, so ladies and gentlemen, please don't leave. We'll be right back.
Hello everyone! Iniimbitahan ko po kayo na panoorin ang The Papet Stories with Wanlu, ang pinakasikat at pinakamagaling na ventriloquist sa Pilipinas, The Papet Stories sa TNC, The New Channel. Kita kids!
All right, welcome back to the Puppet Stories. We are still with Mr. Khin Htwe from Myanmar and his family, of course, the Two-Way Oo Myanmar Puppetry Theater in Yangon, Myanmar. Before we call him back, we'd like to say hello to some friends who are watching this evening. Carmine Ortega, good rainy evening. Griffin and I are watching from Marikina. Thank you very much for watching, Miss Carmine Ortega, one of the hosts here on the new channel. Her show is U-Turn. Yeah. Joshua, buen dia. Happy rainy day Monday. Okay, thank you, Joshua, buen dia for watching. Bobet Guatuson is watching. Hi, Tito from Eli. Elijah Lunaria, hello, Mr. Hotway, keep safe. And Professor Ami Ramolete says, hi, Nicolo and Wanlu. Hi, Prof. Ami. And Heidi Ida Lumayao. This is amazing. Bravo. Actually, it is very amazing. I've seen them perform, the Hotway family, and every time they perform, yeah, I'm so amazed, and really they inspired my family to do better every time, because when we perform with these kinds of puppeteers from all over the world, you just have to at least try your best. And well, easily put, they've inspired me and my family. Okay, let's call back Mr. Khin Htwe from Myanmar, the founder and art director of the Two-Way Myanmar Puppetry Theater. Mr. Htwe, thank you very much for that performance. It was really, really nice. And the audience, well, they're saying it's really, really special. Thank you. Thank you very much for performing. All right. For those of you who don't know, the performers were Tetet, the daughter of Mr. Hatway. What's the name of your son?
Pine Pine.
And that's the son who did the magician, and of
Yes.
course the lovely wife.
Miss.
Mrs. Thank you very much for the lovely performance. The uh, Two-Way Myanmar Puppetry Theater in
Do you
Yangon.
know
All right,
why
Mr.
it's
Yes, go
called
ahead.
Tue Myanmar?
Why? Why?
Tue is me, Mr.
Uh huh.
Tue. And U is my lovely wife, Mrs. U.
Right.
And
Oh, I
Myanmar.
see.
Tue U Myanmar.
Okay, now the puzzle solved. Two-Way Myanmar Puppetry Theater. Two-Way, that's you. Mrs. the lovely wife. Myanmar, of
Uh-huh.
course, is the lovely country.
Yes.
And the Puppetry Theater in Yangon. Good, good. Okay, Mr. Hatway, we'd like to ask you a question. We ask everybody on the show, and I'm sure it will inspire a lot of people, not just puppeteers, but lay people who'd like to try puppetry in the near future. Mr. Khin Htwe from Myanmar, what is your puppet story?
Uh, my story is maybe long, but I will make shorter. Why I'm doing puppetry in Myanmar? My parents were not puppeteers. My I didn't study any cultural school or university, and I was a seaman before, sailor. I was sailing about 20 years at sea. And why I changed my career from seaman life to puppetry. So when I visit to Bergen, I saw a puppet show in a restaurant. And puppeteers are serving puppet show when people are having dinner. I said very much. And also in hotel, entrance of the hotel, just one puppeteer is standing and holding marionette and greeting visitor by his puppet. I am very sad because Myanmar puppetry tradition, I told you, very, very centuries old tradition and very high standard in Myanmar in old days. We have to perform to the royal family in the palace. And the story are very Jataka story related birth story of Buddha. And performed by I think 20 to 30 people. 6 to 7 musicians, 6 to 7 storyteller, 6 to 7 puppeteers, and the whole night's performance. But the tradition after the 1988 political revolution in Myanmar change because of the, I think, military government. They are named or called puppet government. Just one senior general is puppet master and manipulating other minister, even the president like this. They are very angry and hate this word. They don't like to hear even the word puppet because they are named or called. For example, we got 3 international prizes, but they didn't mention even in newspaper because they hate the word even in puppet. Also, people in tourism, they use puppetry like a souvenir puppet to sell the tourists or to entertain in restaurant or to greet in the hotel. So I would like to change this situation to keep the puppetry in original version. And also, Myanmar is famous in the war by bad name because of military government and some political issues. So I would like to promote not only in traditional puppetry to popular Myanmar by its century-old tradition puppetry, to know Myanmar by Myanmar puppetry, and to respect Myanmar by its own traditional culture. That is why I am organizing the Old Master Rest in Yangon and also organizing younger generation to learn the traditional puppetry. Also, my another dream to upgrade traditional puppetry to modern puppetry. This is my puppet story, my war. And also I had many more dreams in puppetry, but stay in the dream. But who can say? We are now totally stop puppetry movement or puppet show or puppetry talk in school because of COVID-19. But I hope it will be gone very soon. And the puppetry war will be again. How do you think?
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Hotway. All right. Kind of sad political background, but well, your intentions are noble, so we hope it will change a lot of things as far as puppetry in Myanmar is concerned. But you know what? I hope the government realizes soon that Myanmar puppeteers, especially the Tuweu Myanmar Puppetry Theater, has been promoting the country and the culture of Myanmar. And I think the country should be very proud of what you do for your country. Not just as far as not just about puppetry, but the Myanmar culture you've been promoting. So I hope the government realizes that sooner than later, Mr. Hotway. Okay, Mr. Hotway, thank you very much for joining us on the show. It's been an honor to have you and your family here. You know, I've always said it will not be a complete show. The Puppet Stories will never be complete if you will not be on the show. So, again, our debt of gratitude. Thank you very much for being on the show. Is there anything else you would like to add, Mr. Hotway?
No more. Thank you very much for me giving this opportunity to show Myanmar tradition, Myanmar puppetry to the world.
All
And
right.
also,
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very
for
much, Mr. Hotway.
who are watching here.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Khin Htwe from Myanmar. I really hope one day I could bring them here in the Philippines. I've tried several times, but you know we'll see. We'll see soon. All right. Probably when the pandemic is over, we'll have them in the country in one of the festivals. And I promise you, if you watch them live, you will be so amazed with the puppetry style that they have. All right, again, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Khin Htwe, the founder and director of Two-Way U Myanmar Puppetry Theater in Yangon, Myanmar. Thank you very much, Mr. Htwe. All right, before we say goodbye, we'll do this real quick. We have Puppetry 101. Let's do this, direct Puppetry. All right, we'll do this real quick. We'd like to teach you this evening two different kinds of ventriloquial puppets: hard puppet and soft puppet. A long, long time ago, they called the hard puppets ventriloquist dummies, but now that's no longer politically correct. They now call puppets, hard puppets, ventriloquist figures. And here's a sample of a ventriloquist figure. It's called a hard figure because it's made of fiberglass. Other figures like Niccolo, for example, is made of hand carved wood. There are also hard figures made of paper mache, and yes, they belong under the category of hard figures. This is a replica of Kiko. Kiko is the puppet of our national artist, Manuel Conde.
Hello, 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 hello.
Kiko. This was used by Manuel Conde when, well, he used to sell herbal medicine in the streets of Escolta and the nearby streets in Manila. Okay, of course, Manuel Conde is the national artist, a national artist for film. Ayan. Incidentally, last week po, we had another a national artist for theater, Professor Amelia La Peña Bonifacio. Ayan. Kiko is a sample of a hard figure.
Hello, 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 hello.
Okay? And aside from hard figure, we also have soft puppets. And the most famous, I believe, is of course Kermit the Frog from Jim Henson. Ayan, okay? And another famous soft puppet would be Elmo.
Heyo, my name is Elmo.
Hi, Elmo.
Hi, yeah, hi, Wanlu. You, Wanlu?
Yes, I'm one.
Yeah, I'm Elmo. Hi, Daddy.
All right. Soft puppets because they're made of fabric. Oh, I'm sorry, foam covered with fabric. Okay. So basically, those are the two types of puppets used in ventriloquism: hard figures and soft puppets. All right. Before we say goodbye, please don't forget next week we will have our friends from Child Link Learning Center in Cebu. We will have a student and a teacher. They are students of mine in puppetry. I taught them how to manipulate puppets. And next week we will have them and they will share their puppet stories. Again, that will be on October 19, 5:30 p.m. here on the new channel. Again, that's Child Link Learning Center in Cebu City. Okay, that's all the time we have for all of you this afternoon, this evening. Please don't forget, children, when you wake up, don't forget to pray. Before you sleep, don't forget to pray. Lahat ng bagay na gagawin natin, ipagtagubilin natin sa Diyos. Ladies and gentlemen, keep safe. Bye, everyone. Bye.